Hope with Jonathan is created as an informational, educational, and entertainment show. Hope with Jonathan hosts, guests, partners provide information on the basis of research and personal experiences, and is not to be taken as or implied as diagnosis of any disease or treatment. Hope with Jonathan, its host and guests and partners, recommend and encourage you to speak to your medical team before implementing any treatment or diagnosis found on this show or any product, service associated to Hope with Jonathan.
Hey guys, welcome to our video. My name is Jonathan Traylor. I'm a kidney transplant recipient who recently battled the Omicron virus with COVID. And if you're here for a video to listen to talk about the symptoms that I had with battling COVID and my experience with battling the Omicron virus, stay tuned for this video. Hey guys, welcome back to our video. My name is Jonathan Traylor. Like I said before, I'm host and founder of Hope with Jonathan, the podcast, and we feature kidney warriors who are in need of a living kidney donor. We also share stories of hope of other transplant recipients who have received the gift of life, and many more stories, people that are on dialysis, people who've overcome great obstacles in life. And as you guys can see, this isn't my normal background. My normal background is a little bit different. I'm in the living room today doing a recording here on this computer in here. And as you guys can see in the background, I've got one of my cats back there, my buddy. That's Simba. He's a Maine Coon, and he's a really cool cat, but he's back here chilling, so I'm just going to leave him there. But you guys can say hello to him. We also still have some Christmas decorations up. As you guys can see, we're just a huge fan of Christmas. It takes a long time to get decorated, so a lot of times we leave the decorations up for a little bit. We'll probably be taking those down really, really soon. But as you guys know, we got diagnosed with COVID here in the household just about 2 weeks ago on a Sunday. And I wanted to give you guys a quick video. This is going to be a series that I'm going to do covering some of the obstacles and things that I've dealt with. My personal story with battling the Omicron variant, the COVID-19 virus. So as you guys know, I am fully vaccinated as an immune compromised kidney transplant recipient. So I've received 2 shots and also a booster. So I've had overall 3 different shots, vaccines, and the brand, if you're wondering what I ended up with, was the Moderna. And so I've had 3 of those. And but you know what? This Omicron came kind of out of nowhere as a new variant, and I believe there's another one now already on the horizon, and we're probably going to see many more as this COVID-19 variant or COVID-19 virus continues to morph into different variants. All it needs is a living host to just keep continuing to morph into different variants. But I truly believe, guys, that this is probably going to stick around. This is something that we're going to have to learn how to cope with and deal with in humanity, much like the flu virus and just other viruses that have been around for a long time. But guys, listen, I know some of you may be interested in some of the symptoms that I experienced as a kidney transplant recipient. Some of these symptoms that I experienced were. And number one was I started with an itchy throat. Had a really bad itchy throat, and this started on like a Saturday. And so like the Saturday before the Sunday, 2 weeks ago, when I got diagnosed, I started just kind of having like this itchy, scratchy throat, and I thought maybe it was just related to like allergies, just common allergies. And then eventually that just kind of evolved throughout the course of the day with just a little bit more of like sneezing and things like that. So I noticed I was sneezing a little bit, and a weird symptom I was having was a little bit of hiccups. And I didn't think anything of it until later on. I found out that could be also a sign of COVID, as well as continuous hiccups, and you just can't seem to get rid of them. So I started off, guys, on a Saturday with a scratchy, itchy throat. So that's going to be my first symptom. Like I said, thought it was seasonal allergies. Just kind of, didn't really feel myself. I wasn't exactly super fatigued or anything, but just had the scratchy, itchy throat. Okay. And then by the time Sunday came around, I knew something was wrong. When I woke up Sunday morning, I knew something was really going on. I had, scratchy throat, started having a slight cough, just felt kind of like a truck had hit me. And so a little bit of a slight congestion. And I thought, you know what, something's not quite right. And so I called my wife, had a talk with her. She was experiencing some of the same symptoms as I was. And so ultimately, I told her, so just go buy a test. Just going to have to go buy a test. So, she went and bought a test. And when she was out going and buying the test, I had actually spoke to my team, my transplant team, and I called them. And that was the first thing that they said, well, it sounds like you probably are positive for COVID-19. Sounds like it's the Omicron that came through, and you're going to have to, probably go get a test or go get tested somewhere. And so we went and bought a test at the local grocery store. Sure enough, came home and immediately, boom, 2 lines, boom, positive, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, they popped up bright red, and it was instantaneously. I mean, just boom, COVID, positive for COVID. And my wife experienced the same thing. True story. My wife was fully vaccinated as well. She had all 3 Moderna as well. My son, Jet, he's fully vaccinated. And my daughter is fully vaccinated as well. Neither one of them are immune compromised, so they've only had 2 shots. And I believe both of them have the Pfizer. But they did not test positive. They both were negative. My son had already experienced COVID in college while he was there in college. And so I don't know. I don't think that has anything to do with anything, but for some reason, they were negative, and we pretty much quarantined. They stayed in their room, and I stayed to myself and just tried to stay away from them as much as possible. Me and my wife were pretty much around each other all the time, so we did not quarantine from ourselves. But we were, really trying to be mindful of the kids. As a matter of fact, I was wearing a mask inside of my house for the last like week or so. I had been wearing a mask around my children and things like that. I don't know if that was even going to help at that point because, like I said, when you live in the household together, it's kind of hard to completely quarantine from each other because of, crossing in the line of bathrooms or going into the kitchen and getting food, things like that. So it's kind of hard to be completely, quarantined from each other in your own household. But nonetheless, so the symptoms progressed from there. So Sunday, like I said, Saturday started with just a slight itchy throat. Kind of felt like I had seasonal allergies. Then Sunday woke up, progressed. It had already progressed. I had, really sore throat, drainage, slight cough. And then Monday, I started running a fever. I had a low grade fever. So low grade fever was probably around 99 to 100, give or take. And then it sort of progressed to about 101, 101.8. And I was feeling pretty yucky. Pretty much sleeping on the couch, watching Netflix. That was pretty much my day for for the first couple of days of battling COVID. Like I said, experiencing fever, chills, body ache, drainage, coughing got more severe, and just really felt like a truck had hit me. And that progressed throughout Monday, I would say Tuesday, Wednesday, those 3 days. From Sunday progressing on to like Wednesday, just the symptoms just really increased, intensified, and I began to just feel just terrible throughout those days. Pretty much laying on the couch, watching TV. I did notice, guys, that I had an increase of appetite during these symptoms. I don't know what it was, but I just kept wanting to snack and eat, which was kind of a good thing. And I will tell you one other thing that I was doing, whether I felt like it or not, I was pumping the fluids like crazy. I mean, I was drinking bottles of water after bottles of water after bottles of water, making sure that I keep my kidney, full of fluid to, continue to urinate and keep my body going. Was there times that I didn't feel like drinking? Yes, there was moments that I felt like, oh man, I really just don't even have the strength to get up and really go. But I was like, no, I can't let my kidney, get dehydrated. And I would just continue to just keep pumping the fluids. One of the other things that I did do, and I didn't do this every day, but I did notice, luckily, I will say this, we had a O2 sensor here to where I was able to test my oxygen. My sats were saying around 98. Which is, a pretty decent reading for dealing with COVID-19, having drainage, coughing, things like that. So I just didn't want my oxygen level to really drop really, really low. So I was keeping a really close watch on my oxygen level. It was staying, like I said, around 98. But I got out and I got walking and got my lungs open and really started walking in the open air. There was no one around me at all. I was in the nature, just went on a walk outside here. And my goal was to get in maybe a mile. And I ended up doing about a mile and a half, mile and 3/4. And I really felt like I could actually do more. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to pull back the reins a little bit and come back in the house. But I felt like it was good for me to get out and get my lungs open, get some real fresh air, get some oxygen going, get the blood circulating, things like that. Just really help aid. You know what? I felt incredible. I felt a lot better by doing that. So I will tell you guys that was one of the things that I've been doing to try to, get over this COVID. I will tell you guys that like I said, I experienced fatigue, fever, chills, achy, all of the above symptoms that a lot of people are reporting. One of the main reasons why I'm doing this video is I wanted to let people know because it is scary as an immune compromised patient to end up being diagnosed with COVID. I mean, you see these just terrible stories of people that have, gone on before us and passed and end up on a ventilator and things like that. And it has really been a traumatic event with the COVID-19 variant. COVID-19, the original strain, and then now these variants. It has just been really catastrophic and scary, especially for us that are immune compromised. So my heart goes out to all the family members that have lost. I've actually lost some, members of different families and friends that I knew have passed, and different ones that have really struggled with the virus. And so I'm speaking from my heart. God bless you guys, and my prayers are out to you guys. So for myself personally, I thought I'd done a really good job of keeping myself protected, from this COVID-19 for, since 2020. I even got transplanted during the peak of COVID on August the 11th of 2020, and so I never contracted it until here we are 2022 in January of 2022. So I was able to stay away from it for almost 2 years. It was a pretty good run. And believe you guys, believe me, I'm going to everywhere that we go. I mean, I'm rocking my mask, hand sanitizer, doing everything I can to protect myself, and staying safe and being mindful of the COVID, mindful of crowds, mindful of people. And, it just was not enough to protect myself, honestly, from this variant. It seemed like the Omicron just kind of sailed in here in this area, and boom. I mean, the schools, the local community here that I live in, I'm about an hour outside of San Antonio. Seemed like it just boom, just got really wiped out by Omicron and hit hard here. The numbers is just skyrocket, and a lot of people ended up diagnosed with Omicron. My wife actually believes that she contracted it from work, because people had reported that they had came into work and ended up, with COVID-19. It got reported that people had worked maybe a couple of days. So she don't know exactly where she may or whom she may have contracted it from, but more than likely, my wife picked it up from work. My wife started having some symptoms, and then she brought it home, and then of course I ended up getting it from her. But you can't place any blame, and you really don't know. Prior to that, guys, I was going to the gym. So at nighttime, I go to my local gym that is usually empty at nighttime. I had noticed a few extra people had been in there, but gyms are dirty. I always clean, wipe down the machine with the antibiotic wipes and all that stuff, and the spray and all that. I always clean the machine before I even use it. I wipe down the machine when I'm done, things like that. So I'm always mindful of what I'm doing at the gym, stay away from people, wear my mask, all that stuff. Always mindful. But I mean, it could happen anywhere. I mean, I do go to the grocery store with my wife at times, which is something that I hadn't made a habit of, but sometimes it happens. So there's no telling where we contracted it from. Can't really pinpoint it, but more than likely, my wife got it at work and brought it home to me. With that being said, guys, I just wanted to give you guys a quick video here on my symptoms of COVID. Still battling it a little bit. I will release some other videos, but if you guys are wondering just what kind of symptoms, again, like I said, guys, do not ignore seasonal allergy symptoms. Do not ignore seasonal allergy symptoms and mistake it for just that, seasonal allergies. Because mine started with what I thought was literally just seasonal allergies. I was just sneezing, had a little bit of an itchy throat, thought it was nothing, no big deal. And boom, within a day, I woke up the next day and felt horrible. And then it really progressed from there. I mean, like I said, the next 3 days of fever on the couch, congestion, just fatigued, and just had really not a whole lot of strength until I forced myself up to get out and go for a walk. And that really has helped me carry over. But I'll get into all that a little bit more. So look for those signs of, itchy throat, seasonal allergies, sneezing. I did experience some hiccups. I noticed I actually remember hiccups. And then, and then guys, of course, boom, once you realize that you possibly do, I'm not saying if you have seasonal allergies that you have COVID. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying be mindful of it and make sure that you're aware of that could be a sign and you may possibly want to get tested, especially if the variant is prevalent in your area, in your local area. And as we know, COVID has been everywhere. And so just be mindful of those symptoms, like I said, guys. And then also that followed those symptoms was fever, body aches, chills, fatigue, things like that. So just be mindful of these symptoms, guys. I'm just sharing my story. That's all I can do. And guys, I'll be releasing some more videos on this COVID diary series that I'm going to be releasing. And right now, guys, if you're wondering, I'm over 2 weeks with this. Probably around day 16. I have a test here. I'm fixing to retest, see exactly. But I will get more information out there to you guys and more videos to come to kind of document this COVID series. As you guys know, I'm the host of Hope with Jonathan. As you can see, our website right there, hopewithjonathan.com. As you can see to the left and to the right, left, right, we share stories of hope. And if you look down below, we're right here on YouTube, and you can check us out right here on YouTube at Hope with Jonathan. We share stories of hope. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And if you would, please, guys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We would much appreciate your support for Hope with Jonathan. As you can see, guys, I'm going to throw this up here for you. If you'll just hit that subscribe button and help with our mission of sharing stories of hope, we would much appreciate it. Again, guys, we will be releasing more videos right here on Hope with Jonathan. I hope you guys take care. God bless you guys. And remember, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and take care of your kidneys. This is Jonathan.